One thing that many religious people tend to inquire about are the origins of our morals, some even going as far to say that without God we have none and therefore must all be bad people. I'd just like to look at some of the ways in which we get these basic morals, values and social norms. The first stage of morals are social norms. These are the things that have been seen and become normal within that specific society. These are then passed on to the next generation via 5 groups, also known as the 5 agents of socialization. The primary socializer being your family. This is the agent that teaches you your language, manners, and those sorts of things. Then there are the 4 secondary agents of socialization: education and peers, work, and finally religion for some. It is also important to note that not all the agents are required for successful socialization. Even the primary one can be replaced by a service. For example, in a Jewish kibbutz, it is not always a family's responsibility to raise their child, but an assigned few women. It is also important to note that the primary agent does not have the end-all say. Though it is one of the strongest, a child reared in such views as a neo-Nazi or white power skinhead household may change their social norms once socialized with peers of a different ethnic group. This has also led to fears along the Bible Belt of the US, where some heavily indoctrinated families may prevent their children going on to further education purely on the fear that their child may lose or change their faith, especially since the constitutional secularization is finally being put into place slowly. It is clear that these social norms are not universal, unlike that of which is stated in the Bible. For when Adam and Eve eat the fruit of the tree, they instantly gain knowledge of right and wrong. One of these wrongs in the Bible is nudity. If this were true, then surely every culture would feel that the need to cover up. Yet there are certain cultures which exist in which it is a social norm to wear very little or even nothing at all. So, from social norms, we get the idea of values. These come in 2 groups, good and bad values. The good values will often be rewarded, whilst bad values will often be punished. For example, in our society it is a bad value to pass wind at a dinner table, and ridicule often follows unless it is corrected by an excuse me, which is a good value. Compare this to Norse society, in which it is a sign of appreciation to belch or pass wind whilst eating. It is from these values that we observe and select our own values, and these become our moral values. They are our own principles based on observation and socialization. A good way to back this up is the way that various other social animals also have moral values. There are several strong cases, especially with our closer relatives like the great apes. One example is a child who fell into the gorilla enclosure at the zoo. One of the female gorillas became protective of the unconscious child. Now, for the fact that the Judeo-Christian God apparently put all animals and plants on the earth for us to harvest and eat, it would be daft to suggest that this God would give them morality. Then we have the basic laws. These are the laws that can be seen in most societies that almost all religions attempt to take credit for. Such things as not murdering, not stealing, etc. These are the basic establishments built upon the principle of mutual benefit. Don't try to kill me, I won't try to kill you. It's a case often seen in various works of fiction. 2 opponents thrown into a situation where the only way to survive is to work together. One example is in the recent Terra Nova series, in the episode Now You See Me. The leader of the colony, Commander Taylor, played by Stephen Lang, is stuck in the wild with the Sixer, Myra, played by Christine Adams. The two must work together or else perish. There are many other cases of this within fiction and reality. It's just good common sense. It makes no sense for us to be killing each other, as society would fail to function due to lack of trust. Therefore, we impose these rules known as laws, with punishments to be carried out by other people in society as a deterrent. In modern society, this role was taken from the citizens and taken over to the police and the court system. It is no more a law from God than the mutual benefit between a crocodile and the Egyptian plover. So there you have it, the origins of our morals, values and social norms. Thank you for listening. Please rate, comment and subscribe.